Fact: here is the largest archipelago in the world. Even the Finns themselves cannot say exactly how many islands there are in their country. Take a piece of paper, crumble dry bread on it, and, voila, you have a map of Finland in front of you. The archipelago consists of more than 40,000 islands. Even the Finns themselves cannot determine their exact number. Of course, most of them are rocks sticking out of the water, and to see them, you need to get a boat and warm clothes. The small population of the village of Harankukaro, which is only half an hour's drive from the city of Turku, survives thanks to tourism and fishing. People come here to feel the spirit of the archipelago. Some islets can only be reached by boat, but even on these tiny pieces of land people live. Perhaps this is the best place to hide in case of a zombie invasion. In Finnish, the longest words are palindromes. There are a lot of long words in Finnish, and some of them are equally readable from left to right and from right to left. Palindromes are words that read the same way from left to right and from right to left. In order for such a word to get into the Guinness Book of Records as the longest, it must be frequently used. Some believe that the title of record holder deserves the palindrome happiest, but the Guinness Book of Records does not recognize it, since the word with the meaning seller of lie can hardly be recognized as often used. Whoever bought this lie at all? In any case, this word can be used to train diction, and fans of the letter K may also like it. In the Finnish language there are even names palindromes, for example, Sanakanis, Olavinlinna. If you want to come to visit, tell me for 6 months in advance. Speak quietly and clearly. They are wary of rapid speech, loud laughter and a raised voice. They consider this a manifestation of rudeness and bad manners. An interesting fact from the life of Finns is that it is normal for Finnish men to clean the house. They do not believe that this is only a woman's duty. Finnish houses are always in perfect order and cleanliness. This is what children are taught from childhood. Finland is a member of the Eurozone and same-sex marriage is allowed in the country. In addition to the Finnish state language, Swedish and English are spoken in the country. Many universities teach in English. Probably not many people know that the Finns invented the heart rate monitor, ice skates and Molotov cocktail. Everything is not so simple with them. An interesting custom is to tie rattling objects, such as empty cans, to the back of the wedding car. It is believed that their roar scares away any evil spirits from the newlyweds. This custom first appeared in America. In Finland, cigarettes are expensive. The average price of a pack is €5. Smoking is prohibited not only in all public places, but also on balconies and stairwells. Children are the flowers of life. In Finland, a young mother does not need to worry about buying clothes for a newborn. The state will take care of this. Since 1930, every Finnish newly made mother receives a gift box with clothes for a newborn. The Finnish government has passed such a law to reduce infant mortality, and the goal has been achieved. In the 30s of the 20th century, 65 out of 1,000 newborns died. To pick up a box of gifts, mom needs to come with the baby to the pediatrician, which many did not do before, so the children died in infancy. By 2015, the mortality rate had become significantly lower, only 1.7 per 1,000 newborns. Among other things, the box in which the gift is packed is made as a crib in which the child can sleep for the first time. Traditions and customs. Since 2010, October 13th in Finland is considered the Day of the Loser. This national holiday was invented specifically for people to understand that it is better to learn from other people's mistakes than from their own. On this day, Finns share instructive stories with each other and tell how they coped with this or that unpleasant situation. No less interesting is the Finnish national holiday, the Day of Säisen. In the morning, the most sleepy family member is mercilessly dragged out of the warm bed and dipped into a nearby lake or sea. It's good that there are enough lakes in Finland for all residents. Baths and saunas are favorite places to relax in Finland. According to statistics, there is one bath for 3 Finns. Such a passion for a steam room can easily be explained by the harsh, cold climate of the country, which causes a desire to warm up and enjoy the hot steam and the aromas of a wooden log cabin. In the province of Lapland there is a famous village museum, which is inhabited by Santa Claus or Joulupukki. This Christmas attraction is one of the most visited places in the country. Finns are very respectful of the animal and plant world, believing that all animals are younger brothers of man. There are practically no abandoned, stray dogs in Finland. Many shelters have been created for them, for which money is allocated from the budget, as well as charitable contributions from the population are made. Don't miss the most popular article of the heading, Bellbeck Canyon is a unique natural family. Interesting facts about Finland show that in terms of relations between the sexes, it is a very modern country. The family here is based on the concepts of respect and mutual trust, and Finnish women calmly perceive a civil marriage that is not officially registered. List of facts. In Finland, the vast majority of couples marry after the age of 30, as well as in other European countries. It is extremely rare to meet newlyweds under the age of 25. At the age of 18 to 29, Finns study intensively, build a career, prepare the foundation for a future comfortable existence and decent provision for children. To formalize a marriage, it is not enough to apply to the registry office. It is necessary to wait for the approval of the relevant ministry, as well as to register with the church. For Finns, the conclusion of a marriage contract is the norm. If in Russia this legal act is perceived by many as a sign of distrust of the future spouse, then in Finland it is absolutely normal to dot all the "and" before the wedding. The duties of a Finnish wife are standard. It creates comfort and order in the home. A married woman does not have to work, and the percentage of housewives here is very high. It is considered dishonest when a man forces his wife to get a job in an office if she does not have the desire to do so. Finns also take childbearing very seriously. No one will condemn a husband who divorces a woman because of her infertility. Natural facts and features. List of facts. Finland is a country with a huge number of lakes on its territory. To be precise, it is 187,888. No wonder this state is also called the country of 1,000 lakes. If we add to these data almost 180,000 islands and hectares of beautiful forests, it becomes clear that Finland can be proud of its natural resources. Despite the fact that Finland is a northern country and when thinking about it, pictures of snowfields appear in my head, there is a luxurious beach strip here. Helsinki has not only commercial ports and ship harbors, but also several excellent beaches where you can have a good time. In summer, when the air temperature rises to its maximum, the Baltic Sea heats up to 16 degrees, but locals prefer to swim in local lakes. Due to its location in Finland, long, snowy and gloomy winters. The cold season lasts for many months, but this country is known as the land of the midnight sun. This is due to the fact that in the northern part of the state the sun never reaches the horizon, and in July it does not fall below it. In other parts of Finland, the daylight is only 6 hours in winter, and 19 in summer. Every year, the water level in the ocean rises, but Finns are not concerned about this, since Finland, on the contrary, increases up to 7 kilometers of surface every year. This fact is explained by the fact that glaciers push up the land. In Lapland, you can see the most beautiful northern lights. That's why hundreds of tourists come here every year. Finns call this mysterious and beautiful phenomenon aurora. You can enjoy the breathtaking spectacle for 200 days, that is, almost all winter. Finland is one of the cleanest countries in the world and an active member of many environmental organizations. They really care about the environment here. With high air and water quality indicators, the authorities continue to contribute to reducing the share of oil in production and increasing wind energy. Sewage systems are regularly reconstructed here, household waste is necessarily recycled, garbage sorting is encouraged, as well as the use of electric vehicles, thousands of new places with charging. Finns willingly fulfill all the requirements, in return receiving a clean state and good health. They almost do not buy water here, but drink tap water, which is quite reasonable. It contains a minimum amount of harmful bacteria. Locals call their country Suomi, which means the land of swamps. Finland has an absolutely transparent policy. Any resident of the capital can make sure that the deputies are doing their job by going to parliament. To do this, you do not need to undergo additional procedures or submit documents. Finns have the right to go to the balconies intended for the public at almost any time and watch the work of politicians. Many people do not know that there are already 3 official languages in Suomi. Among them are Finnish, Swedish, and Inari Sami. The latter is spoken by only a couple of thousand people from the Inari community. Mostly Sami live in separate areas where they can study and work in their native language. Sami culture is quite popular in Finland. Finns are not interested in the work of the minority for nothing. There are many talented performers and artists among its representatives. However, as for other nations, and for the Finns themselves, the inhabitants of the Inari community are something exotic, with their wooden ornaments and shamanic drums. As for the Swedish language, it is quite common. It is spoken by about 300,000 inhabitants. Finns also speak English very well, although it is not a state language. As in language, Finns are also not united in their faith. Lutheranism and Orthodoxy are considered state religions. The first one is professed by over 70% of the population, but there are very few Orthodox, less than 2%. There are many atheists and agnostics among the locals. There are also adherents of Islam here, there are even more of them than Orthodox. Groups of followers of other religions are very small, there are Jewish communities, as well as centers of Jehovah's Witnesses. The ski season in the state is as long as possible. It usually lasts 6 months. According to the latest Reader's Digest test, the Finns turned out to be the most honest nation on the planet. The essence of this experiment is that people in different parts of the world intentionally lose wallets with money and personal information about the owner. Having dropped 12 wallets in Finland, the experimenters got back almost everything. 11 out of 12 Finlanders returned the loss. The average salary in the country is more than 2,000 euros. The state actively promotes gender equality, so that women and men receive approximately the same amount. The highest payments are to doctors and financiers, about 5,000 euros. There are a number of laws that everyone who wants to visit Finland should know. Of course, drinking and smoking in public places is strictly prohibited. In addition, if you treat a minor with a cigarette, you will have to pay a hefty fine or even go to jail for several months. As for alcohol, it can be bought only in individual stores, no later than 2100 hours. Advertising alcoholic beverages is strictly prohibited, it is also punishable by a fine. Finland ranks at the forefront of the Press Freedom Index. From 2010 to 2015, the Finnish state consistently won, winning the first prize. In 2019, Finland was in the second position. For comparison, Russia ranked 149th out of 180 existing ones. This means that the situation with the media in Finland is almost the best. Journalists are not under pressure, they can honestly and efficiently do their work. Who goes to Finland? Finland is an interesting country with its own rules and customs. The most popular cities to visit are Helsinki, Tampere, Turku, and Porvoo. Prices scare off tourists the most, because according to statistics, prices in the country are 20% higher than the average European ones, but the state is working in this direction, striving to turn the tourism industry into one of the main ones. There is entertainment for lovers of ski resorts, dog and reindeer sledding. Many pilgrims come here with religious missions. The country is famous for the level of medicine, and someone comes here to get qualified medical care or undergo an examination. For the first time in the world, this country introduced the concept of patient rights. No one has the right to hide the diagnosis from the patient. But the patient himself has the right to refuse the truth, about which he informs the attending physician. Since 2015, a single museum card has been sold in Finland, which allows you to visit up to 200 museums a year. Lovers of beautiful landscapes also have something to see. Lapland is located on the territory of several countries, including Finland, and this is the birthplace of Santa Claus, so celebrating Christmas in this country is the best solution. During the New Year holidays, more than 100,000 tourists come from Russia alone.